Alright, I think we're good to go. Let me readjust some of the noise levels here. So if I put this a little bit further up, let's actually move it a bit further down. Oh, there's a sweet spot here between the two values I just put in. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Hopefully the sound is okay. Always a struggle with the sound, huh? We're always going to have to struggle with the sound. Okay, let's see if my overlays work this time before I press the button. Let's see how it goes. Let me also just readjust my webcam here so I look a little bit more presentable. I have this terrible glare in my webcam. My lampshade for my ceiling light is actually see-through. So it really doesn't do anything. But I think if I do something about that, then it will sort itself out at some point. But anyway, let's go ahead and bring you guys in. Where is it? Hit the button. Oh, here we go. Hello Twitch. Hello Internet. Hello YouTube. Hello everyone. How is your week going? How has your week been going? I think it's been exactly 7 days since I last did a stream. So yeah, I missed out on Thursday because honestly I got too invested in not Slay the Spire, and Across the Obelisk with some of the trial and error people, some of the people who I regularly game with. But I am back. I am bringing you guys some more D&D Inspire stream. Hopefully what you guys can pick up from this stream is just some inspiration for your own games. And if you guys have anything that you'd like to talk about or share with your own game, or, you know, with your own character or anything like that, I am more than happy to discuss it. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this stream underway. Okay, let me just rearrange everything here. I'm putting my stream over on this side. Does my face look okay? Should I open up my blinds a little bit? I don't know. I think I need to do something about this lighting at some point. Yeah, let me also move this back a little bit. Is that okay? I think that looks okay. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at the live D&D scene. Let me turn on my Foundry overlay. Get rid of the One Night overlay. Okay, we can go over to this side. Hey, hello everybody. It is lovely being back here. Yeah, as you can see, we are working on something pretty dark, pretty dingy today. I have gotten a image here. This is merely a representative image of an Underdark city. I believe this is actually meant to be Mero Baranzan, which is a known D&D city in the Underdark. If you type in !art in the Twitch chat, it will link you to where this image is, so that I can give proper credit. I hope this is proper credit. This is the first time I'm doing something like this. It's apparently by Sean Vo. But go ahead and type in ! Let me actually do this. !art. There we go. So if you follow that link, I know you guys on YouTube aren't going to be able to click on that. But if you click on that link, that will take you to the link where this piece of art exists, I guess. Yeah. Alright, anyway. So today, we are working on politics of the city. So we have the city here. This artwork here is actually representing the city of Dwemer. And let me go ahead and write that in here for you guys. Nice big text. Let's go in, edit this, get text Dwemer. There we go. Update drawing. That looks pretty pathetic, doesn't it? Okay, let's dialize this up a little bit. Let's see. What would be... Oh, that's so bad. It doesn't actually show you... It doesn't actually change the text that you're using when you select it. So you have to literally do this and then update every time. Although, honestly, I think this one looks fine. Okay, so we're going to go with this one. We want to go with sort of like a... let's go with like a purplish color, right? Let's see how that looks. What? What just happened? What? Hold on a second, I have no idea. Honestly, this looks like it's proper DnD text. So let's go ahead and upgrade this to like size 100. Update draw. You really call that size 100? That is pitiful. This needs to easily be a size 1000. Okay, you need to go up to 256. 256, there we go. There we go, that's much better. Okay, so we have the city of Dwimmer here. Let me go ahead and just try to recolor this. What would be a nice recolor? Let's go with something contrasting. Let's go with like a yellow. That might be a bit too yellow. No, I think I like that. Let me just move it up a little bit. Can I move it up a little bit? Hello? No. The answer is no. I cannot. Ooh. What did I just do? I don't know how I did that. Now I can move it around more properly. Okay, cool. So we are in the city of Dwimmer. Let me go ahead and give you guys a little bit of a recap of what happened. So, our party, our intrepid party, they have recently gone over here to the town of Cades. They have recently obtained the memory fragments of this Galiblian prisoner in Cinderia. Galibli and Cinderia are at war with each other. Cinderia captured this Galiblian army veteran, essentially, who was invading, or not invading, but on a mission inside Cinderian land to find this heretical book that would upturn their entire society. On the way, her mind was shattered by an alien, and the party have dealt with said alien, and have reclaimed the memory fragment. They found her being held captive by the state of Cinderia, by specifically the guild of the Inquisition, are the people who are holding her captive. They're like, okay, we want to know where this artifact is, where this heretical book is, but your memory's been shattered, we can't restore it, so we're screwed. Party comes along, they get the memory fragments, they return the memory fragments, but, and here's the part that you guys haven't heard of yet. Recently, what they've done is they've returned all the memories, and they've returned the one memory that has the important specific location of where this text is, this anthology of Saint Urael. They found it and they placed it back into her. However, as they were about to do this, the Inquisition basically told them, look, if you give her back her true memory of where this place is, and you know where not the crypt, where the book is, then we are going to have to keep her here because she is otherwise a security risk to the entire nation. We cannot allow that, okay? But we will allow you to restore all of her other memories. So the party do. They restore all of them, and then as they're about to give this last piece of memory back to them, this crucial piece of information, they come to an agreement, the party and Cinderia, the Inquisition here. They're like, look, we can modify this fragment of a memory in its entirety to change it to whatever we want it to be. So if you want to restore her memory fully, you can, but we want to change this one key important piece in her memory so that it doesn't hurt the civilians or the rulership of Cinderia, right? So the party agreed to that, and they restored it back to her, and now she's free to go. Meanwhile, they also obtained a new tag-along in their group. They actually found a rampaging Minotaur who was apparently teleported out from the Underdark and to the surface, and he seemed pretty upset. He explained to the party once he calmed down. He explained to the party that he is from a Underdark city known as Dwimmer. Now, Dwimmer is ruled by the Minotaurs. It's ruled by his father, known as Bram the Bruised. So, he asked the party to return him back to the Underdark so that he can get back to Dwimmer and reinstate his, or not reinstate, but like, and do stuff there, honestly. He was kicked out, actually, because he decides to duel a drow princess known as, and this is inspired, known as Elfina. Yeah, it took me too long to come up with that name. You know, I need to give my brain a second here to catch up with with my words. Oh my goodness, I'm speaking so fast. So yeah, the Minotaur is like, hey, bring me back to Dwemer. I'm the prince there. I belong there, and I want to get back there. I dueled this princess, drow princess called Elfina, so that I can take her hand in marriage. And she's like, nah, I don't want any of that. And she teleported him to the surface using a variation of the teleport spell, right? So that's where he met the party. The party then decides to teleport to the city of Dwemer, which they found out is kind of veiled in this like massive cave wall with like a gate blocking the way. And each one of these, or like along the walls of this thing, are these black crystals that kind of shimmer with light. What they do is they prevent teleportation within the city, well, from outside to within the city, and also prevents divination from within to outside, right? Actually, I think it's the opposite way around. Prevents divination from outside in. So the place is effectively warded off from magic. So the party teleports using Goltharos, that's the Minotaur's name, Goltharos, using Goltharos' axe, because that is from Dwemer, and they find themselves outside of the city. That's where they encounter Elfina and a few drow elite guards, and they realize that there had been a combat going on. It seems like all of the drow have killed all of the Minotaurs in Dwemer. And one of the party members, Dune, the lovely, lovely Dune, let me go ahead and show you her. Dune here. This is Dune. She is a orc. She is a female orc. She is actually all the way from... Where is it? She's from around... Oh, get out of here, Lotus. She's around this area. This is where she is from. There is an orc encampment in these mountains, known as Duluk, I think. Duluk, one of those two. I never said it out loud, actually. And she actually worships Baphomet, of course. So when she heard that these Minotaurs were being, killed, they once ruled this place, and the elves came around and killed all the Minotaurs. She's like, yeah, I want to help these guys out. The party are like, I'm not sure this is our call. When they were fighting Elfina managed to get away. She was like, no, Goltharos cannot return to the city for some reason. That wasn't explained. So she engaged in battle with the party. She had to escape the party, but not before teleporting Goltharos back up to the surface using a unique teleportation spell. And now the party are sat here being like, well, we shouldn't get involved. These politics have nothing to do with what we want to do. But Dune is like, no, I need to go and help these Minotaurs out, right? I did mention she kind of reveres Baphomet, but anyway. She's like, no, let's go and help these people out. So they go into the city, they find out some information, they find a guide. I can't remember what his name was, but it wasn't... he was a Darrow. He was an insane Darrow, is who he was. They get a tour of the town, of the city, which I based a slight bit around Gracklestug from the Out of the Abyss adventure, specifically because I hadn't actually planned Dwemer all too much, beyond just like generics, and I was using that to kind of go off of, right? Good strategy to use if you are, on the cuff, or if you're just not feeling inspired at all. Go ahead and look into an adventure, take parts of the adventure that you want, reskin them to fill the needs of your world, and yeah, and then just the world's your oyster at that point. Literally is. But anyway, so they go ahead, they investigate, they find out that Bram, the previous Minotaur king, is either in exile or is dead. He is not on the throne, and Elfina's mother had actually, well, they haven't found this out yet, but Elfina's mother had actually taken over the kingdom? I don't want to call it a kingdom, it's really only just a city. But she's taken over the throne, right? She now rules the city of Dwemer. So that's where we are at right now. And we are going to be working on the history of Dwemer right here. So let's go and head on over to our OneNote. The time for spreadsheets. Even though this isn't really a spreadsheet. let's give me a moment here. Let me minimize that. So these are the politics that we've got so far. This is Dwemer, and as you can see, we have quite a bit of information about Dwemer here. So let's go ahead and zoom on in. Well, there we go. Dwemer! Let me just read this out for you guys, because I know it probably doesn't show up too well on stream. Let's move this across here. So, Dwemer, a deep underdark city connected by the underpaths to the surface. It is home to Minotaurs, Duergar, Drow, Deep Gnomes, Darrow, and Spiderlings. Quite an eclectic bunch of people. I should also actually add in and enslaved giants. There we go. The party did actually come across one of them in the previous session. They actually came across a captive, I think it was a stone giant. There wasn't like much at all to do with interaction with it, because it literally was just like a background thing. It was one of the oddities about the city that the party noticed as they were there, right? It is ruled by the might of the fierce-clad Minotaur House, but power and influence in the city is contested by the Phylanthy Drow House. Now, the Phylanthy are who Elfina is with, whereas the Fierce Claw rule with an iron fist through threats of violence to keep Dwemer in check. The Phylanthy rule through magic and manipulation, loathing the barbaric customs that the Fierce-clads enforce. So the Fierce-clads are the clan that the Fierce-clad. They are the Minotaurs who rule the place. So that'll be Bram the Bruised, that'll be Goltharos, and possibly a few others. So I've got written here that the character of the city is industrious. Now I'm not really sure what I'm necessarily doing with that yet. I'm just using that as a source of inspiration, right? We have a few other pieces of inspiration when it comes to when it comes to Gracklestug. We can use Out of the Abyss. We also have, what's the other place? I believe it's only just Gracklestug. But anyway, the city is veiled by a thick obsidian curtain which amounts to the city's walls, extending from the cave roof to the ground, that wards off the city from teleportation and divination. Now this is only one way. You can teleport from within the city out of the city, but you can't teleport from out of the city into the city. You'll end up at the gates of the city instead. The cave wall and roof feature shimmering black gems, which reflect the light of the forge fires throughout the city in its surface. These are black stasis emeralds, which magically reinforces the natural cave wall to prevent cave-ins. Quite essential for when you live underground, right? I don't believe you could really build a city underground unless you are absolutely certain that the area is protected from natural cave-ins or things like that. So here we have some of the important people. We have Prince Goltharos, Bran the Brute, we have Solaris, we have Elfina and Inaya, who the names are still a bit of a work in progress, especially Inaya and Solaris. The other three, though, their names have already been established. They're not changing. So Elfina, we've talked a bit about her. She is the one who teleported Goltharos away after Goltharos challenged her to a duel of honor for her hand in marriage. She's like, nah, let's not. Solaris here is actually a artificer who the party can get help from if they with this new weapon that they picked up the other day. They picked up a star metal axe, which is an item from Griffin's saddlebag, but it is in a state of disrepair. There is a mucus metal. It's made of sort of like the mucus metal that doesn't seem to hold itself well together. So they found two pieces. They found the shaft, they found the head. Any form of reforging it won't work unless they have a strong source of magical energy. And the only thing in my campaign that is strong enough to bind back together star metal is a Zion Stone. And Zion Stones are going to be important later on in the campaign. We don't really need to go through them just yet, but there are no Zion Stones down here in Dwemer. Anyway, Inaya is the Phylanthy matriarch, so when Elfina teleported Goltharos away, they also performed a coup, because secretly in the background they've been gathering, I don't know how you'd call them, like adherents? Not adherents. Supporters is the word. They've been gathering supporters over the course of this. Let me turn on the light of my... Oh, there we go. Is that better? Mildly better. Okay, we're just gonna have to live with the There we go. There we go. Yeah, we're just gonna have to live with the with the glaring light behind me for a time being. I don't plan on changing it anytime soon. But anyway, when Goltharos was teleported, Elfina is well, not Elfina, the Phylanthe Drow House committed a coup as well. They basically got all of the Forge Masters who own the means of production in Dwemer, and all of the giant slavers who basically are enforcers of some kind. I'm not too sure on that yet. This is what we're going to be working out today. And lured them over to her side, right? To the Drow side, over the course of like however long it would have taken beforehand, right? It would have been like years beforehand, years in the making. I'm thinking like maybe like 3-4 years in the making, because elves be like that, right? Anyway, I'm going to take a sip of water and catch my breath while we think about where to start. Let me actually head on back over to Dwemer here. Man. You know what? When I am at work in my day-to-day job, I am actually very, very shy. I am extremely averse to conversation. Through no fault of my own, I actually feel genuine anxiety when it comes to talking with other people. But here I am just blabbering on all day, right? Probably because I'm not actually talking to someone else face to face who, you know, I go to work with every day. But anyway, just an interesting observation. Okay, so let me actually find... Here we go. So I have written this on a piece of paper. You can't see it, but I got written both sides. And this is basically the thoughts I had during work about DnD. About Dwemer. So, one big thing that I want to have happen in here, or be a theme here, is honor. So let's go ahead and write in honor... excuse me. Honor-based society? No, let's go honor-based rule. Honor-based rule. There you go, let's do 125. And then let's get another similar yellow card. Sure. There we go. So we have honor-based rule. And let's do honor-based leadership. How's that? Honor-based brutal leadership. Cool. So this is what this is who Bram well, this is what Bram did when he was in charge. Let's actually make that smaller here. How do you... Wait, how did I get rid of... Oh, there we go. That's how you do it. Cool. You just press the escape button. So we have Bram the Bruised. So let's go ahead and get Bram the Bruised written up here. Bram the Bruised. In all capital letters. Why not? I don't know exactly which one. I think it was this one here. Let's put that at 88. And then let's do yellow as well. I know these colors aren't all the same. So Bram the Bruised. Who is he? He was the previous king. He maintained an honor-based society. He maintained an honor-based society. He ruled with an iron fist. So let's go ahead and grab this and let's copy it and paste it. And then let's do ruled with an iron fist. Okay. There we go. And then over here we're going to do the same thing, but we are going to do it for... who is this one? Was it Elathria? It is Inaya. Wait, Inaya sounds a lot like Anaya, who I have had as an NPC before. Okay, let's go ahead and generate a new name. Let's see, can I toggle this on? Let's see. Okay, I think we're going to have to open up a new one of these. What am I looking for? Elf name generator. Okay, fancynamegenerator.com. Let's frickin' go. Okay, Where is this? Let me just set up the scene here for you guys. Here we go. Elf name generator. Did that work? Hold on a moment. Yeah, elf name generator, done. Okay, that looks like it worked. Let me just finagle everything over here so that it looks like it's okay. There you go, and then we hit the transition button. Okay, so we have some random names here. These are the random names that we have. We are going to randomize a few times so that we can get a name for this drow matriarch, basically. She is the leader of the Phylanthe Drow House in Dwemer. She has been plotting this for quite some time. Let's see, who do I like? Sionia? Alania? I think Alania sounds pretty cool, don't you think? Nephine? Nephine I think sounds a little bit scientific. I do like Alania. Alania is very good. We have Alania down here, excellent. Let's actually get rid of... I didn't realize it kept all of the names that you've clicked on permanently. Oh. What? There we go, okay. So we have Alania here. This is going to be one of the names that we have. So I'm going to type in Alania. Who else do we have? Verona? I don't like Verona. I think that's too much of a generic name. Ashrin? No, I don't like that either. Fayril? I kind of like Fayril. Fayril? I do kind of like how that sounds. I am typing these in chat for anyone in chat to participate in. I should probably try and set up a poll, shouldn't I? How would you set up a poll? Let me see. Is a poll something that you can do? How can you do a poll? Polls? Oh, there's a poll button over here. Okay. Sure. What should we name the drow matriarch who took over Dwemer from the Minotaurs? Okay, so we have Alania. Minimum of 2 required. Let's go exclamation mark A. Sure. Oh no, that's not how that works, is it? Alania. Put in Alania here. And. Okay, who else do we have? We also have Fayril. Let me make sure I type that correctly. Fayril. Let's actually just do... Okay, here we go. This is how we're going to do it. Oops. Alania is AL. We have Fayril is going to be PH. Let's see, what other names can we get? Let me maximize this thing again. Phelan. I kind of like Phelan as well. It very much had the same sound as Fayril. Phelan. Erinia. What is this one? Itilara? I don't think that quite rolls off the tongue well. Ralienta? Ralenta? No. Shanira. Shanera? Ooh, Shanera sounds really, really good. I think I might have a bias here. Where did my poll go? What was that one? It is, let's go Shanira. Shanira. So that one will be SH. Okay. And shall we go for one more? I think we'll go for one more. I know that's currently very few people in the chat, but let's see. I want to know how the stuff works, honestly. I'm just going to give it a go here. Nuala, Esther, Amity. I think Amity sounds a bit too cheerful for what this drow is, right? Tyrell? Tyrell. Actually sounds pretty good. Let's go with Tyrell as well. Well, let's go with Tyrell. How do you spell it? Tyrell. And then the command will be !ty. Okay, there should be a poll that is going up now, and this will go on through the entire course of the stream. If you guys over on YouTube have a suggestion for the name, depending on when you see this, it might actually, you may comment on it after I've run this session and already picked a name. But I would still love to hear what names would you guys give to a drow matriarch, right? What do you think makes for a good drow name? There we go. Okay, I've got a poll running. This thing is going to be running throughout the entire stream. So, if you have a preference for the names out of the ones that we have written down here. How does this work, by the way? ALPHSHTY? Can I edit it at all? Doesn't look like I can edit it. Okay, anyway. What were they? Let's do... Oh man, I've actually forgotten them. Okay, well, we're gonna keep the poll. Oh no, it's right here. It literally tells me right here. Shanira. So we have that one, we have Shanira, and then we have Tyrell. There we go. Okay. The problem with these randomly generated names is there is pretty much nothing to them until you give it something to them. Update drawing. Oh, let's actually just do drow matriarch. Oh, you guys can't do this. I need to leave this one. Go back over to here. Drow matriarch. There we go. Okay. So we have the drow matriarch and we have Bram the Bruised. Let's actually put this all in capitals. Drow matriarch. Cool. There we go. So those are the options in chat. And then we have a poll up. So if you want to vote for Alania, you type in !vote AL. If you want Fayreal, you can do !vote PH. And then SH and TY for the others, okay? Let's see how many people vote. This is going to be a good experience. A good experiment, should I say. It's going to be a good experience as well, so... Anyway, so we have these factors about Bram the Bruised. Then we have the Drow Matriarch over here. What do we know about the Drow Matriarch? We actually know very little, except for the fact that she operates behind closed doors. Operates behind closed doors. Let me do that with proper capitalization. Operates behind closed doors. Okay, so we have that one. And then we also need this one too. So let's go ahead and rename this one. So what else do we know about her? We know that she is she rules with magic. Let's see. Rules through magic. There we go. So she is a spellcaster. She is a very skilled and capable individual. She is actually... Have you guys ever seen the stat block for the Drow Matriarch? It is insane. It is crazy. Let me go ahead and bring you guys over to this screen for a moment while I bring up the Drow Matriarch stat block. Drow Matriarch. Okay, if not there, I need to press this button. And then... Creatures. Okay. Give it a moment here, guys. I know you guys can't see anything. Okay. Drow. Sorry. Drow. There we go. And then we have... Where is she? Okay, she's not showing up in my list. Probably because I have a maximum cap on the challenge rating. Let's do this. Here we go. Let's go ahead and import this in. Give Foundry a moment to load. Let's see, where did it go? Okay, we can actually bring guys back over to the D&D scene. Transition, there we go. And she should be some. Oh, we can actually just type in this. Drow. There we go. Drow Matron Mother. Now, you guys probably can't actually see this all too well. Yeah, even if I scroll out like that. But anyway, the Drow Matriarch Mother is a challenge rating 20 creature. You guys probably can't see that up there, but she is challenge rating 20. This is crazy. She is a human. Well, not a human. She's a humanoid, right? And she's challenge rating 20. I don't know how many other humanoids are this high of a challenge rating in the core books. She gets Fey ancestry. She has special equipment, which means she starts off with a tentacle rod, which honestly is a so-so weapon. She gets sunlight sensitivity, of course she does. She also gets legendary actions where she can compel demon staff. What is this? What? Demon staff? Oh, I should not have pressed that. Delete. Oh, she's equipped with a demon staff, of course, and cast a spell. Okay, so let's take a look at the demon staff now. Again, I apologize, you guys probably can't see this too well. I'm also going to turn down my own headset volume here. Probably part of the reason why I've been yelling so loudly. Right, so the demon staff is a +10 to hit. Now, my party members have got pretty high AC. Well, not all of them. Many of them are casters. But a few of them have like 20 plus AC, right? So I might want to increase this a little bit. They are level like, what, 11, 12? Something like that. So they're going to be like, the party are beasts right now, right? But I do want this, like, if they want to confront this Drow Matron Mother, I want it to be punishing, right? Because they are not meant, I mean, meant is a strong word, right? I don't want to railroad them. I want to give them the opportunity, but I want it to be difficult if they go straight for, you know, the leader of this country, right? I want it to be terrifying. Not terrifying, but just very difficult. But anyway, the demon staff. On a hit, 1d8 +4 bludgeoning damage. And then, if it's used with two hands, and then an additional 4d6 psychic damage. Decent amount of my party are resistant to psychic because they've been working with a agency that, or a faction that deals with psychic causing creatures, right? So the psychic damage, maybe I change it to cold, maybe I change it to necrotic. The target must succeed on a 19 DC wisdom save or become frightened for 1 minute, and they repeat the save at the end of each of their turns, right? So that is their first attack. They also have multi-attack, which means they can make 2 of these attacks in 1 turn, or they can make 1 demon staff attack and 3 tentacle attacks. Which is ridiculous. Anyway, the tentacled rod. Now this is a strange weapon. It's only a +9 to hit. But if it manages to hit a creature 3 times in a row, then they make a con save or suffer the following effects for 1 minute. Target speed is halved, disadvantage on dex save, and cannot use its reaction. So those are the 3 things that happen if you fail your save against this after being hit 3 times. Honestly, it's terrible. Like, the effects are good, don't get me wrong. Oh, and then you can only take an action or a bonus action, not both, right? I guess that last one makes up for it quite a bit. But then at the end of each turn, you get to re-roll the save, which is really not good. You've gone through all of the effort to hit a creature 3 times with this thing, right? And there's no, like, stages to this thing. It's all or nothing. You hit 3 times or you don't get an effect, which is just ridiculous, honestly. Such a bad item, I think. But anyway, so she has those, and then she also has Divine Flame, which basically builds an area of fire, dealing 4d6 twice. She has Lol's Fickle Favor, which I'm gonna have to re-flavor. because Lolth doesn't really affect these drow at all. These drow are actually, how would I say, not necessarily followers, but they have been highly affected by a entity known as the Philosopher, who is a spiritual creature who is basically an abomination that rips souls out of people. The drow in this campaign, they are basically elves, but they have no, they literally lack a soul, right? Whatever that ends up meaning. I interpret it to mean that they are cold, calculating, they don't really express themselves at all. They have nothing to express. But yeah. And then lastly, they can summon demons. She can summon demons, so there we go. She also has some nice lair effects, one of which is to perceive interlopers, which means that she can see any threats in her territory using her mind, right? It means that she always knows, or not always knows. They can't become hidden from her, and they gain no benefit from the invisible condition. Until hostile creatures within the lair can't become hidden from her and gain no benefit. I've misread this. At first I thought this ability was going to be, was the drow knows everyone within, you know, she knows when like an interloper or someone who is against her comes into her region, right? Her lair. But that's not how it's actually worded. It's actually just worded, hostile creatures can't hide from her. So it's not that she can always see where they are, but rather they just cannot hide from her, right? And being hidden is a condition, so, you know. And they also do not benefit from being invisible against her. So that's something. I might want to rephrase that to being she can spy on everyone. But yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and do another one here. Let's not do that text. Let's do different text. Ooh, let's copy this because this has all the format that we want. Spies on everyone in the city. So she's kind of like an information broker. Well, not necessarily information broker, but, you know, she knows what goes on in the city. She knows when, like, an intrepid party of adventurers comes into her town. Especially after they try to kill her daughter, of all things, right? But anyway, okay, so what is going on with Bram the Bruised? So Bram the Bruised currently is either alive and in exile, or he is dead. In exile or is dead. Now, I always imagine Bram the Bruised to be a, what's the word? To be an honorable person, right? He is honor through might and might through honor, right? So I do not think that such a person who is so, like, not necessarily standoffish, but so up and out there, right? So external in his emotions, would just sit by idly and, like, or even, like, frickin' leave the country that he ruled because somebody else is taking power. No, I think he would stay there and fight until he dies, right? I believe that is what's going to happen. So, to that extent, since the matriarch has taken over, that means that Bram is dead, right? But I don't want the town to know this yet, or I don't want the city to know this yet. I don't want it to be public knowledge. I want it to be something that's going to be revealed later on in the campaign. So next session I plan to have a public speaking event where a simulacrum of one of these drow leaders, possibly the drow matriarch, possibly Elfina, one of those two will, or one of those two, maybe another person, will address the nation at large, saying, hey, Bram is dead, this is his head, and rolls out the head of Bram into the street. I'm just thinking about that. I don't think I want to give them the head, honestly. I know it's pretty cool, it's pretty dramatic, but I don't think I actually want to give them the head. Actually, maybe I do. I don't know. Without the body, the head is useless, and they're not going to be able to find the body. But anyway, my mind is pausing to think of some other things, but yeah, I want that to be this public gathering event where the Drow basically announced that they have taken over, things are now in their control, all the Minotaurs in the city have been extinguished, and any Minotaur sympathizers should, or anyone who disagrees, should speak up now or live in acceptance of these rules, right? Now, of course, the party may very well speak up. In that case, they're going to get fucked up. They're going to get, like, seriously trashed. They have this entire city around them. Nobody really here cares about them. The entire city is going to turn on them. If they do this, right? But yeah, okay. So, what else do we have from Bram the Bruised? There is one more thing that I can put down here about Bram the Bruised, which is that he enslaved the stone giants. There we go. So in this town, in this city, there are large furnaces just covering the town, right? And these furnaces are powered by, well, not... I need to figure out where the giants, how the giants exist in this world, honestly. Giants are something that I've never really honestly thought about too much, but anyway, at least not in this setting. Giants are more of a Iceni thing, and Iceni is like a frigid continent elsewhere in my world. It's not based in Elos at all. But he enslaved the stone giant. He beat them up, he basically enslaved the population, and now they serve in the city, right? So he enslaved the stone giants. One thing that I don't quite know is, what do the Drow want? Why did they do this coup? Now, the first thing that makes it that I think of, courtesy of Matt Colville, is you don't need a reason to want to take power, right? If power is there to take, politicians will take it, people will take it, right? But we need to come up with a reason why this this place is doing this. Give me a second here. Oh, an anime streaming, lovely. Oh, is that a stream? 1 second here. Yeah, okay, cool. Getting an alert from Nanami's Discord. That is our good cat friend Nanami over at twitch.tv/Nanami00, I think? Or is it just Nanami? Let me take a look here. Is it... Does she have 00 in her Twitch name? Oh, is she not currently live? No, she's not currently live, but yeah, it is Nanami00. So if you guys have the chance or the care, go ahead and check her out. She is a cute, chill VTuber who is also a cat and enjoys playing Master Duel. Anyway, let's carry on with what we're doing here. So we need to figure out what the stone giants are up to. We need to figure out some other things. Drow Matriarch. Yeah, we need to figure out what the history is here of this of Dwemer, basically. So as I take a look on our piece of paper here, let me see if what we have. So one thing that I did learn while writing this, or did discover, I like discovering things about my world, is that power in Dwemer lies in the Forge Masters and Giant Slavers. So the Forge Masters are the people who control the Forge, and then the Giant Slavers are the people who have enslaved the Giants. They have custody over the Giants, right? The Giants have been trained to listen to them, and have been trained to follow their every order, right? Anyway, let's scroll down here. Beliefs and practices, honorable duels. Let's do... Oh, let me go over to our OneNote here. Pop this up. There we go. So we have honorable duels up here. Let me zoom in just a little bit more here. There we go. And I really don't like this this bottom bar here. So we have honor duels. Let me turn this up a little bit. There we go. We also have enslaved giants. So how did this come about? Bram the Bruised successfully subjugated the stone giants under stone giants in this region of the Underdark, and forced them to serve their slaver masters. Okay, this is actually like really, really bad, I think. Let's not do that actually. I feel uncomfortable typing that. Let's instead do force them to serve the city. There we go, that's better. Now of course the city is managed by these giants are managed by, you know, representatives of the city. It's really not a cool place to go. Like, murder and, like, you know, just bad stuff happens in this place. But anyway, they can be found working, performing heavy lifting duties and a variety of other jobs in Dwimmer. There we go. So what else do we have? So we have that. We also have what else did we have? Let me look back at here. So the Drow Matriarch rules through magic, spies on everyone in the city, operates behind closed doors, honor-based brutal leadership, ruled with an iron fist, in exile, enslaved the stone giants. I think we're okay on this for now. We really need a reason why the Phylanthy house, the Drow Phylanthy house, took over, right? Why did the Phylanthy house take over? Why is the word "why" not coming up here? There we go. Here you go. So why did the Phylanthy house take over? Let's do, why did the Phylanthy Drow take over? So this is where I am getting confused in, right? I almost feel like there doesn't really need to be a reason to this. Yeah, I'm just doing a bold check here. But I'm trying to play with my players' perception of this, right? So they came here, they found out that the Drow have been killing and brutally murdering these Minotaurs for simply seemingly just ruling Dwimmer, right? So they feel like the Drow are in the wrong here. Oh, they feel like the Drow are in the wrong here. But they again don't know. They do know that the Minotaurs were the ones who enslaved the stone giants. They were the ones who I think that's really it, honestly. So to them right now, it feels like the Drow... Oh, I'm just readjusting my chair here, so I'm sitting just right in my camera. I should stop looking at my camera. Let's get rid of that. Oh no, I now see my my delayed face on stream. Let me minimize that. Okay, give me a second here. There we go. So yeah, the party see the Phylanthy Drow as the bad guys here. They're the instigators, they're the ones committing these murders across the city. But they don't really know what the Minotaurs have done, right? I want both sides here to be bad, right? Because the entire area is just evil, right? Everyone here is just out there for themselves. Everyone here is just not nice people, honestly. Like, you literally have murderers just freely walking through the street. The Darrow are terrible creatures. Why did the Phylanthy house take over? So, I think I did a little bit of research on this on my phone here. I was looking at, a bit earlier, I was looking at reasons for why coups happen. And let me see if I still have the page. I do not. Okay, we are probably going to have to check this out in our browser. Why do coups occur? Okay, Wikipedia. Wikipedia is the unofficial source of all knowledge. Let's go ahead and access the wiki of wikis here. Here we go. The screen is going to turn from black to bright white. I do apologize, but please brace yourselves. Actually, can I even turn this on to dark mode? How do I turn this to dark mode? Dark mode? Dark mode, please? Hold on, let me take a look to see how to change something to dark mode. Chrome, dark mode. Browser, dark mode, dark theme. How do we change to dark mode? Find out how to change... Nope, that is not it. Chrome, dark... Excuse me. Oh, do we just have to install the extension? Sure. So you guys can see my face is... Holy crap, my face is so bright right now. Okay. Settings... Extensions? Dark mode. There's apparently a toggle button now. Hold on a moment. Dark mode. No? No dark mode? Anyway. This isn't quite working. But that's okay. So yeah, let's go over to coup d'etat. Here we go. So, let's go ahead and scroll this up quite a bit here. Is this readable? This should be readable, right? So, Palace coup. Let's see. Prevalence in history. Outcomes. Predictors. Here we go. A 2003 review of the academic literature found that the following factors were associated with coups. Officers' personal grievances. So somebody working with, like, an officer, has a personal grievance with something. So one thing that we could do is we could have the Drow have a personal grievance with the Minotaurs, right? Now I know that the Drow don't really like this whole out there and open... one second here. I am getting... My brain is in a weird place right now. I am getting distracted by every minor little thing. Every last little thing. There we go. Okay. But yeah, the Drow aren't really too much a fan of how the Minotaurs rule with an iron fist. They think it is barbaric, and they think that they are better than them. But, actually I think I have a good idea. If we go back to our Foundry game, so let's go back to here, you can see that these guys rule through magic. These guys rule with an iron fist. Honor-based brutal leadership, right? Operates behind closed doors, rules through magic. I feel as though the Minotaurs were stunting the magical innovations of Dwemer. And I feel like the Drow Matriarch would love to see this happen, right? So why don't we go with that? Let's go with that for now and let's see how that works out. Where's our OneNote? Let's get our OneNote up here. Okay, so why did the Phylanthy Drow House take over? They wish to see the advancement of magical technology. The advancement of magical technology within Dwemer grow. Okay, so that could be their stated reason, right? However, there's going to be a deeper, more personal reason to this, right? I feel like this is going to be a two-pronged attack. One, they can get the public on their side by saying, hey, our magic has been stunted by the rule of these Minotaurs. The Minotaurs don't care about anything, right? The Minotaurs take, right? We want to give you guys all of the we want to give you guys the ability to teach yourselves magic. They want the populace to teach themselves magic, while the Minotaurs hoarded all the magic for themselves. So what does that mean? That means that the only mage that was allowed to practice in Dwemer was assigned or associated strongly with the Minotaurs. So let's see. Magical practice was limited to only serving the Minotaurs. The Drow want to change that. So the Drow want to change this oppression. Here we go. Okay, cool. So we have that. They want the populace to teach themselves magic, while Minotaurs hoarded all the magic for themselves. So what is another thing that they want? So another prospect that we have, there's a theme about elves that they are ancient creatures. In Elos, elves were the first sentient creature to arrive, and they are the most akin to the original creator of the setting, right? So, how would I describe this? There's this deity, right? I wouldn't necessarily call her a deity. She's not like a conventional god. She's more just like the observer of everything, right? Basically, like, the equivalent of the Big Bang here is she saw patterns in a bowl of soup. And then those patterns became the world, and then the world, like, the more patterns she saw, the more the world filled and the more the world expanded, and all of that kind of stuff. The elves were the first sentient beings, like creations of this god, that weren't like a manifestation of like time or intelligence or life or something like that. They were the first DnD race to be made, the elves were. So based on that, nearly everything ancient about this world stems from the elves. So I feel like in the very distant past, this area was once elven territory. So let's go. Dwemer rightfully belongs to the elves because they owned it first. Sure, let's go with that. But what changed? So we need some history. We need some history now. So let's go ahead and do that. Can I even change this to a red color? I'd like to change this to a red color. Let's see, red. How does that look? Does that look okay? I don't think that looks good enough. What about a lighter red? Let's go with like a pink. I think that looks okay. Cool. What is next? So next up, we are going to have... There we go. Okay. History of Dwemer. Right. What are we talking about in terms of history? So, what do we know already? We know elves used to rule Dwemer a long time ago. Now, how long are we talking? So if we go and check our regions tab here, there is a timeline section here that tells us when stuff happened. So if we zoom in here, so we have major event, 3,000 years ago, founding of Trishkar. 2,500 years ago, Elvenor establishes the Council of Heroes. 2,300 years ago, Trishkar takes over the region of modern-day Highhold. I don't believe we have anything about the Drow here. That's something we need to fill out, actually. So let's see, Dante was the Earth Cat Lord. What's the next thing about Elvenor that we hear here? So we have creation of prelacy, One Teast arrive, Dead King ruled parts of modern-day Gallibly, events of Cormeum, Sindarian independence, Dead King, Trishkar and Elvenor, and the Battle of Ferry's High Path happened. I want the Drow to have been around before 1750 years ago. So I feel like the Drow have been like this for millennia. right? I want it to even be before Dante walked the earth. Cat Lord arrives to back to the event writing. Do I want this? Actually, come to think of it, I think the Cat Lord is has to have arrived like sometime before this. So let's put maybe... How old is humanity? How old is being human? How old are people? Let's see. How old are humans as a species? Oh, 200,000 years ago. Okay, that's a bit too much for my liking. 200,000 years ago? We've only got 3,000 years recorded here. Anyway, but no, actually these races would have been around before this, right? Because they would have had to have been humans for them to founded Trishkar, right? And for there to be Velikar of Trish, who was a human. So I guess this makes sense. So Drow would have had to have been split away, I'd probably say like about 3,000 years ago. So let's do 3,000 years ago. The philosopher... Wait a second. Something just came to me. This is going to be deep lore about Elos here. So let's go into here. Let's type in philosopher. And let's see what it comes up with. The philosopher, here we go. Creation of the Soul Forge gone wrong. He shares his origin with Volmanox the Black Phoenix. Is the being that altered the Drow in my setting, making them soulless. Okay, let's see. Dark Elves. They were once a different kind of elf from the Dark Elves they are today. Their current affliction was caused by a being known as the Philosopher, a thought created by Priscilla, who is our creator god, that embodies her understanding and drains magic from the area it exists within. Now that's going to be a bit confusing. I'm not going to go into that. The Drow interacted with the most with this being, using it as a wellspring of knowledge for a short time before the Drow's faces turned black. Their eyes glazed over and their souls were permanently damaged. Okay, so the Drow have been Drow since the entirety of history here, I think is what this means. So let's head on back to our... I believe we're in countries? Yeah. So, yeah, the Drow... So let's intend of... let's put Drow used to rule Dwemer a long time ago. Then we know, what else do we know? We know that the Minotaurs came by and took over. Cool. What else? What else do we know? Well, what else we know is that the what else do we know? We know that Bram subjugates the giants. Okay, so we know that. What else? I think this is all we know about the history of this place, right? So when I'm stuck like this, what I like to do is I like to look at something and gain inspiration from it. So let's head on back over to here. 1 second here. Oh, okay, an enemy just went live. Okay, cool. Anyway, what are we doing? So yeah, let's take a look at this image here and let's just sit and meditate on it for a little bit, okay? Let's do this. Let's just delete all of those. We can Control Z to bring it all back. So that's fine. Then let's grab this, delete all of those. Now let's just sit here and look at this image for a little bit. What does this tell us? So there's a lot of purple here. That makes me think arcane. That makes me think magic. Kind of also makes me think souls. What else do we have? We have this large central spire in the middle, right? Right there at the back. That large tower construct thing. What on earth could that even be, right? I know what that is. That is where the Minotaurs... it's basically the Minotaur's palace. Like, that's what it has to be. The reason why it's so big like that is because it's imposing. It represents the iron grip that the Minotaurs had on the entirety of their civilization down here. It represents the oppression as well. This huge tower just towering over them. What else can we do? There's certainly a lot of spikes, aren't there? There's a lot of spikes, there's a lot of points to the architecture here. Definitely lends itself to a gothic demeanor. Also lends itself to a rather sinister overtone, right? I don't know, actually. I don't know where to go from this. At least not now. This process normally takes me like hours to do. No, I don't just sit here looking at an image for hours. Honestly, I don't. It's more about I go around, I go away, I do some other stuff, I come back, or like I get a stray thought that's like, ooh, this will be good in here. Or heck, even like I might just go to, I don't know, I might just go on like a walk or something. Walks are OP, by the way. If you are struggling with anything in your life, actually don't take me too seriously on this, because people are bound to find something that they struggle with that my advice is not going to help them with. But I would recommend going for a walk. It is really, really good. It is really powerful in terms of like your mental how would I say, in terms of like your mental functions, your mental creativity, your mental processes, your I don't know what the word is, but walking's good, okay? Especially if you can go out in nature. Oh, that's lovely. Although living in a city like I am, not too easy to find good nature that doesn't also come with the sound of car engines nearby. Dude, have you ever actually been like walking down the road trying to think to yourself, and then you go down to like a quiet street and then all the engine noises are gone, all the cars whizzing past you are gone? It's like magical. It's like you didn't realize that there were all of these cars, all of this noise around you, right? And then you get to a quiet like street and it's like, holy cow, this place is amazing. Like there is no noise here. I can actually finally think. I've been trying to think for the past 20 minutes walking down that main road. Is that just me? Do any of you else get that? Or am I just strange? But yeah, what's going on in my head as I'm looking at this? I'm imagining like a little guy just like jumping like from rooftop to rooftop here. What else am I imagining? I'm also kind of imagining like a purple light dragon, like a Chinese dragon, patrolling, going down the street. Ooh, that could be interesting, couldn't it? Ooh, I like that idea. Let's go ahead and write that down, shall we? So let's bring our OneNote back up. I don't care where I put this for now, but let's go ahead and just put this down. So we have a long purple magic energy dragon who patrols the streets. Okay, cool. What does this thing do? Why does it patrol streets? Is it under the control of someone? If it's under the control of someone, that someone is going to have quite a bit of power, right? Unless it's not actually an offensive dragon. What if it's more like a scout? Or like someone or something that alerts things? I don't know. Oh, actually, it was cast by a sorcerer in service of the Minotaurs. Oh, here's even better. It was cast by a Lanthy house sorcerer in service of the Minotaurs at the time. To ensure what? To ensure nobody how would I phrase this? I basically want us to go like through like the streets and everything, through like the dark alleys that nobody expects to go through, so that it can like find people who are trying to plot against the Minotaur, right? Let's go ahead and scroll this down. To root out conspiracies to root out conspirators, to root out conspirators against the rulership. So, if a Phylanthy house member created this thing, I can totally see the creator doing something to it to prevent it from finding, you know, the plots that the Phylanthy are thinking about. Let's go ahead and get this capitalized because it is indeed a name. So let's see. The Phylanthy altered the enchantment of this magical construct to prevent, to hide their conspiring against the fierce-clad leadership. There we go. Cool. So we have this purple draconic scout thing, right? I'm trying to think. There's a summon. Is there a summon? I think there's a summon from Golden Sun that really reminds me of this. Let me see if I can find this. Let's turn off OneNote so you guys have something to look at. In the meantime, if you guys have a suggestion, feel free to hit me up and let me know. Even if you guys comment on YouTube, and I've already finished planning the stuff by the time you've commented, please, by all means, write down what you think. Inspiration like this is not only relegated to just one instance, right? Golden Sun summons. Okay, let's see. Who was it? Let's do Golden Sun Dragon Summon. No, it's giving me Eclipse. I don't want Eclipse. Oh no, isn't it like Rising Dragon? Golden Sun Rising Dragon? Is that it? Yeah! Hold on. Yeah. I think it's Rising Dragon. Let me see if I can find a good animation of it. No? Okay, let's see if we can find a good picture of it. So this is not a good picture, but... Oh. Hello? Where did my, Is it this one? Wait a moment. Which one is it? Yeah, let's do... Not screen 2, let's get this. Okay, and then let's hit transition. There we go. So have you guys ever seen this thing? Right? This is what I imagined it would be, except it is purple. Yeah? Let's go ahead and get rid of this, and I'm going to try and find a better image here. But that is basically what I am envisioning. Let's see, what else do we have? Rising Dragon? Can we get like a video of it? I want to see a video of it. Rising Dragon fandom. I don't think this is what I'm looking for. Oh, no, it is. Visual effect. Can we get like an animation though? I really want to see an animation of it. No. Okay. Anyway, it's something similar to that, right? That is the idea, at the very least, of what we want. Cool. So we have that. Let's see. It was cast by a Phylanthy House sorcerer in service of the Minotaurs at the time to root out conspirators against the leadership. So let's go ahead and take another look at this image, right? So we have this idea that there is this scouting spiritual purple dragon thing that goes through the streets and finds and hunts down conspirators, right? If someone like fights it, right, what does it do? Can you even fight it? I think you definitely can fight it, right? It's just when it dies, it like summons a new one from wherever it comes from. Oh yeah, that's a good thing. Where does it come from? So it would have to come from an enchanted brazier, I believe. So here, let's go back to OneNote. Let's say, oh yeah, let me do that as well. And let's go ahead and move this aside. It is summoned automatically from an enchanted brazier. Brazier. Oh, you forgot the R. Brazier. There we go. From an enchanted brazier. I'm actually teaching kids in high school how to spell, so I am being extra critical about how I spell things, and I'm paying extra attention to the techniques I use to spell things. It is summoned automatically from an enchanted brazier when the previous let's see, when the previous dragon's energy runs dry. Okay, what does it do? What does it actually do? It